Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I hope everyone's having a great day and a great week so far. First of all, I want to thank you guys for spending this next 25 to 30 minutes here with us just to learn a little bit more about Odoo, the company, what is our value proposition, and why we're one of the leading global ERPs in the market. We're going to talk about our global position, as I just mentioned, and we'll also touch on one of the most important things. And the reason we're doing this presentation here today is to talk about the presence and how important the Florida market is for us. All right. Then we're going to finish up with the partnership program. What are some of the benefits of becoming an Odoo official partner? Different ways of monetizing Odoo at the time of becoming an Odoo official partner, and what are some of their requirements to initiate as an Odoo official partner? All right. So once again, thank you guys for spending this time here with us, and let's get started. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Juan de Silva, and I'm a senior account executive here in the partnership recruitment team in the San Francisco office of Odoo. And our main role within the organization is to help you guys or help IT companies that are not only looking to use the software internally for their own internal processes, but are also looking to commercialize Odoo and offer Odoo to your portfolio of clients. So we're here to help you guys with this whole road, and hopefully you guys are happy with what we talk about regarding the partnership program. All right, here's my contact information. My email is jds@odoo.com. So if you guys have any questions at the end of the presentation, don't hesitate to shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to guide you guys and help you with those concerns. All right. Here to my right, I got my work colleague and my friend Vivek. Vivek, introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Juan. My name is Vivek Rodrigues. I am also here as an account executive on the partner recruitment team here in North America at Odoo. My contact info, Viro@odoo.com. Please feel free to send me an email. And I want to extend my gratitude to everyone who's joining us here this morning. Thank you very much for taking the time to learn about our Odoo partnership program.
Beautiful, beautiful. Also, to your guys' right, we have our live chatter. So if you have any live questions throughout the presentation, don't hesitate once again to reach out, and a couple of our colleagues and team members are going to be active there to answer some of those questions. All right, so let's have some fun, Vivek. Let's get it going.
Let's jump in.
Beautiful. All right, so first I have this slide here because I really like it because it gives a good and clear representation on where we currently position in the global market, where we coming from, and all the growth that we've been incurring on in this past 5-10 years. All right. For a little bit of context, as I mentioned, I'm here in the San Francisco office. I've been in the company for about 5 years, and whenever I first started, we only had around 200 employees here in the San Francisco office. Currently, right now, we're closing in that 700 employee mark. So just a quick little representation on the growth that we've been having here in the San Francisco office and how that's been translated to all the other offices that we have around the globe. All right. We currently have more than 19 offices worldwide, with some new offices opening up in this last couple of years, such as the Mexico City office, the Curitiba office in Brazil, and the Milan office or the Valencia office in Spain. So that just gives a good and clear representation on where we're coming from, where we're currently positioned, and how fast we're growing and expanding to other markets. All right. We currently have around 7,000 employees worldwide, closing in that 10K number of official partners, which hopefully after this conversation and this presentation today, we encourage you guys to join this partnership and this network and the family of Odoo. We currently have 15 million happy users and closing in that 500,000 paid customer mark. So once again, great representation on where we're coming from, where we position in the global market, and what is our vision for the close future. All right. So now that we understand about how we're positioned in this global market, Vivek, tell us a little bit about some of the endorsements that we've had around this last 4 or 5 years and why they are so important for us.
Absolutely. Thank you for overviewing Odoo's growth. I'm here to talk about a few third-party endorsements and validations that we've received in recent years. So first off, Odoo was featured in Forbes Review 2024. They noted that we are most suited for larger businesses and enterprises. Additionally, CNBC did a press release regarding Alphabet's venture capital injectment into Odoo. They gave us a 5 billion euro valuation with their investment. We've also had an investment from Capital G, noting that we are great for growing companies as well as large enterprises. And we are proud to be alliance partners with KPMG and Deloitte, who trust Odoo not only to recommend in their consulting practice, but also to implement for their own clients.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so honestly, those important endorsements happened after I joined the company. So it's been amazing to just see like the growth that we've been incurring on, and being recognized for being one of the global ERPs in the market right now is truly has been an amazing journey, honestly.
Absolutely.
So moving things forward. All right, let's jump into an important part of the presentation as well, which is what is Odoo and what is the value proposition of Odoo. I'm sure that a lot of you guys that are watching us right now are currently familiar with Odoo, but for the ones that are not, Odoo is an ERP software where the whole idea is to have an all-in-one integrated solution for companies to manage all their internal processes just using one application, as is Odoo in this case. All right, as you guys can see here, we have a wide variety of modules and applications that we've developed, more than 75 applications out of the box that we have developed here in-house, and they're tailored for any type of business regarding the size of the business or the vertical of the business that they're positioned on. All right. As you guys can see here, we have some sales applications such as CRM, sales, subscriptions, POS. We have website apps for those companies that want to build websites and sell products online. We have operation applications such as inventory, projects, purchasing, manufacturing applications, human resources, marketing apps, and finance apps. So whatever you or your client needs, we have what it takes to make them run things smoothly, all in one integrated, and just optimize those processes as is. All right. So that's a quick little overview on what Odoo brings to the table and how we differentiate from other ERPs in the market. All right. But Vivek, let's dive a little bit deeper into what are some of the core strengths of Odoo, and why are we so strong as opposed to some of these other ERPs in the market?
Definitely. So Juan just gave us an overview of Odoo's functionality. I'm going to highlight 3 ways in which Odoo can provide strengths to our partners as well as our end users.
Nice.
First off, we provide a unified platform. So what this means is that we have 75 apps that are designed to work cohesively and work together, increasing operational efficiency for our clients. We offer flexibility with our open source platform. So this provides an opportunity for partners to do deep customizations for your clients, and this provides a tailored solution for our end users. Finally, we're come in at a highly competitive price point to provide an excellent value to our clients. We have transparent licensing structure, no surprises with renewals, and we come in at a lower price point than typically any one of the point solutions that we replace.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Now that we understand some of Odoo's strengths that we bring to the market, Juan is going to discuss a little bit about the technical framework on which Odoo is built and how it provides this flexibility and customization opportunity for our clients.
Yeah, super important. And before we actually dive into the technologies behind Odoo, it's important to mention that one of the most important benefits of becoming an Odoo official partner is that we give you guys access to that source code of the enterprise version of Odoo, precisely to be able to generate any customizations, developments, or anything that's a little bit more specific regarding your client's need. And the whole idea behind this is to let you guys know that Odoo is completely tailored for what you guys need and is flexible for you guys to tackle those type of verticals and industries. All right. So now we touched on that. The technologies behind Odoo is something important to highlight as well. All right. The database runs in PostgreSQL. And we will give you guys access to a GitHub account, where you will have access to that source code of the enterprise version of Odoo to generate those type of developments or customizations. All right. 3 main languages that we use inside the framework of Odoo, which are Python, JavaScript, and CSS. And for you guys that have that development background, you guys know that those are modern, well-known languages and highly flexible and open source. All right. So if you do have a development team and want to build on top of the features that we have out of the box, you'll be able to do that with no hesitation and no issues. All right. Jumping to the second part of the slide, it's important to mention that we do have a third-party app store, or our marketplace, how we call it. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper on the different ways of monetizing, which this is one of the most important ones in that section. But it's important to mention right here that throughout this access to the source code, you guys or your team will be able to generate applications from zero and put them up in our third-party app store. All right. So any client of Odoo, regardless if it's one of your clients or not, can find value in this type of applications that you generate, and they can go ahead and purchase them, and you guys will monetize them automatically. All right. So truly important, and we'll touch a little bit more in depth regarding this aspect a little further in the presentation. All right. So now we understand our global position in the market, what is the value proposition of Odoo regarding the functional side of things, Vivek, and what are some of the technologies behind Odoo. Let's pivot, let's gravitate to a really important part of the presentation as well, which is why is Florida such an important market for us, and why are we investing so much in growing this beautiful state?
Definitely. So as we mentioned earlier in the presentation, Florida represents one of our largest markets within the United States. If we drill down into that, within Florida, we're going to see about 17% of Odoo clients in the Miami area, 8% in Orlando, 7% in Tampa, and 5% in Boca Raton. What this means is that about 65% of our clients in Florida are outside of these metropolitan areas. Now let's take a look at the number of customers that we have within the state of Florida. So currently we have about 1,600 paid customers in the state, and this is a number that's growing at 60% year over year. At this current time, we're seeing an increase of about 80 new customers every single month just within the state of Florida.
Beautiful. It's amazing to see some of these numbers. Honestly, I work with a couple partners in Florida myself, and as I mentioned, we're growing exponentially in the United States market as is, but specifically Florida is one of our top states. So it's a beautiful opportunity to really look at Odoo and look at it as a great opportunity for growth and penetrate that market in an efficient manner. All right. Also, something to mention before we keep moving, we normally do some business shows and we travel around the country. We're actually going to go to Miami and Orlando early next month, and I'm going to be one of the guys representing Odoo in one of these events. So we'll talk a little bit about that later, but I truly encourage you guys to come, join, and see some of those events in order to see how the ecosystem in Odoo truly works and that beautiful culture that we have. All right. So thank you so much for the background regarding the growth that we've been incurring on in Florida, Vivek. Something truly important. This might be my favorite part of the presentation itself, because a lot of you guys might be wondering as of now, okay, beautiful, but if we do make this decision of becoming an Odoo official partner, how are we going to make money once we join this ecosystem of Odoo? Let's dive into that a little bit, all right? We have 5 different ways of monetizing Odoo at the time of becoming an Odoo official partner. Before we dive into that, it's important to mention that we have 3 different levels of partners, which we're going to be talking about in a couple slides regarding what are the requirements to initiate as each and one of these levels. But we have already silver and gold partners, all right? The first way of monetizing is pretty straightforward and simple, and it's based on the commission for the licenses that you sell to your clients. As a ready partner, you guys will be pocketing 10% of those commissions. Silver will be 15% and gold 20% respectively. All right. If you guys still are not familiar with the licensing cost regarding your end clients, once again, don't hesitate to reach out or set up a quick little meeting with us or your Odoo representative, and we'll be more than happy to guide you guys and explain how the licensing system works in Odoo. All right. Number 2. Super important, commission for Odoo.sh. Odoo.sh is what we call our hosting and development platform, all right? So that access to the source code that we mentioned earlier behind the technologies in Odoo, you guys will have a free access to Odoo.sh, will be that access to the source code of Odoo. Anytime you guys generate any developments or customizations inside of Odoo.sh, whenever your clients want to take advantage of those customizations or developments, they're going to have to purchase and host their database in the Odoo SH platform. From that hosting fee, you guys are going to be pocketing 50% of those commissions. All right. So this is truly important, and it's something that I always emphasize to my partners, because literally with one or two small little projects that you have in Odoo.sh with one of your clients, you're going to be covering that ROI and that return on investment, which is extremely important. All right. Number 3, services. At the end of the day, this is the bread and butter, and this is the most efficient way to make money and monetize Odoo as an Odoo official partner. We're talking about implementation, consulting, and development services. Important to mention that 100% of what you guys charge regarding the services towards your clients, you guys are going to pocket and monetize it yourself. We don't get in between you and your clients based on how much you got to charge for those services. And whatever you guys charge, you have complete freedom of doing so. However, we do have some certain parameters, and what we've seen throughout this last couple of years, that our partners tend to charge for those services. And I can tell that normally it goes from $150 to $300 an hour, depending on the complexity of the project, and once again, what you guys want to charge for those type of services. All right. And lastly, I know we already mentioned it briefly at the beginning of the presentation, but whenever you guys generate any type of developments or applications from zero, you guys have that freedom of posting it in our third-party app store. And any client, regarding if it's your client or not, if they see value in that application, they can purchase it and you guys will monetize it directly. All right. So those are the 5 different ways of monetizing Odoo at the time of becoming a partner. Before we dive into the requirements themselves, something that I like to showcase my potential partners always, because it makes a lot of sense and it's an important pillar as well, is how easy it is truly to cover that ROI or that return on investment of becoming an Odoo official partner. Right. So I have this quick little exercise. I don't want to dive too in depth into it, but is to showcase you guys, just with one small little project of 15 users, how easy it is to cover that ROI. All right. So here in the first column, we have the project itself. All right. So the cost for the client, we have assuming this is a 15 user project, we're talking about the licensing cost is going to be around $9,000. Odoo SH hosting, this is assuming the project is hosted in our Odoo SH platform, is going to be around $900, and the total cost for the end client is going to be close to that $10,000 mark. All right. Regarding the commissions, you guys will be pocketing 10% of that commission regarding the licensing, which is $820, 50% of that Odoo.sh commission, for a total of close to $1,200 just in commissions. And lastly, we have that bread and butter that I was telling about. All right. So it's that services that you'll be charging. So aiming low, just assuming this project will take around 100 hours to be completed, and you guys charging in that low end of things of $150 an hour, you guys will be seeing a $15,000 profit just on the services itself. So total earnings of the project will be around $16,000. And the profit itself, when we take into account the membership of the partnership, will be around $12,000. So as I mentioned, extremely simple and extremely easy to cover that ROI and start seeing that positive cash flow at the time of becoming a partner. All right. So we understand the monetization side of things. We did this small little ROI example, Vivek. Now, what are the requirements to become an Odoo official partner?
Yes, absolutely. So we talked about how a ready partner, silver partner, gold partner are going to increase the commissions that they earn on Odoo licenses. Let's talk about the goals that we expect for our partners to meet in order to move up through the ranks of partnership. Starting with an Odoo ready partner. All of our new partners are going to start at this level of partnership. What we expect from our ready partners is 1 certified staff member and 10 new users onboarded to Odoo every single year. Now, in order to move up to the silver tier and earn a 15% commission, we're going to want to see 3 staff members that are certified on Odoo. Now, this doesn't need to be a full-time employee. This could be any member of your team that assists with Odoo projects. We're also going to expect 75 new users onboarded every single year by our silver partners in order to maintain their status as an Odoo silver partner. Finally, at the gold tier, our gold partners earn a 20% commission on the Odoo licenses that their clients are using. For our gold partners, we'll expect 6 certified staff members, and we expect our gold partners to onboard 300 new users every year. Now, let's talk about the commission that we've distributed to our partners. As Juan has mentioned, this is just a small fraction of the revenue that our partners are generating through their partnership with Odoo. But what this looks like is over $6 million distributed to US Odoo partners in 2025. And another thing I'd like to highlight is that Odoo's partner commission structure has remained the same since 2010. So that's 16 years showing our commitment to a stable and long-term partnership with our official Odoo partners.
No, beautiful. This is something amazing to see because I've been seeing year after year, especially since I've been here in the company for 5 years, how this commission number has been increasing in the United States and Florida specifically. So once again, beautiful opportunity to join this partnership program itself. All right. Now that we're talking about commissions, making money, and what everyone likes to hear, let's dive into an important benefit of the partnership program as well, which in my opinion is the most important benefit we have here today. It might be because I'm in the commercial side of things and I see a lot of value for it, but let's dive a little bit into it, all right? And it's that once you guys join the ecosystem or this partnership program, you guys will have direct contact with a dedicated account manager or a partner manager, all right, how we call it. As I mentioned, in my eyes, this is the most important benefit because this is someone that's truly proficient and an expert in the functional side of things of Odoo and also the commercial side of things of Odoo. And this individual is going to help you guys with the whole sales cycle of different business opportunities that you guys bring to the table or opportunities that they might bring to the table for you guys. All right. So we're talking about identifying new business opportunities, better practices of qualifying these business opportunities and truly understanding the pain points and the areas of opportunities and processes of each and one of your prospects, all the way to generating different demos, presentations that are exclusively tailored for those necessities and those pain points that you guys analyze in that qualification process. So I can explain or I can mention this from personal experience whenever I say that there's a huge difference when you do a generic demonstration of the product as opposed to understanding those true pain points and areas of opportunities and tailoring that presentation towards the client needs. The percentage of contracts that are closed after those type of demos goes through the roof. So truly important. And if I had to take something from the dedicated account manager itself, it will be that specific point. All right. They're going to help you closing sales, building marketing strategies, strategic support in the sense of growth plans, competitive analysis, and increasing the market share. And then this dedicated account manager has its own CRM or business pipeline. So opportunities that they might be working on, they are going to bring them to the table and you guys are going to work them as a team to close as many of those opportunities as possible. All right. So this is your best bet. This is your true point of contact within the Odoo partnership program. All right. Additional benefits to wrap up: specialized advice, improved client satisfaction, stability and growth, and client retention to keep those levels of ready, silver, and gold as Vivek was mentioning previously. All right. So now we understand what is that true support from the dedicated account manager and how Odoo is going to help you with the full sales cycle of your prospects. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Vivek, once our partners close the contracts with their clients, what is the type of support that those clients are going to have from Odoo itself and then from the partner and Odoo?
Yes, definitely. So here we're going to talk about the support that your end client, the end user, is going to receive both from Odoo as well as collaboratively from Odoo and the partners. So first off, coming from Odoo, we're going to give you your user licenses with 1 to 5 year contracts. We can build in multi-year discounting and also provide the opportunity to lock in your price for the entire duration of the contract. Second, Odoo is going to provide hosting and security in terms of Odoo Online and Odoo SH. We also provide the opportunity for our partners to offer hosting and security to their clients with our on-premise hosting option. Next, Odoo is going to provide general support to your clients with a dedicated customer success manager. They're going to help with client retention, help ensure customer satisfaction, and help ensure that your clients are getting the most that Odoo has to offer to make sure that they're finding all the value that we can deliver.
Beautiful.
Up next, what sort of support can you expect your clients to receive from Odoo and the partners collaboratively? We're going to work with you on discovery. With your partner manager, you will work to identify client pain points and tailor an Odoo solution that will meet all of their needs and increase their operational efficiency, saving time and money along the way. Next, we're going to help you with implementation. We have a team of dedicated consultants, both technical and functional consultants, that will help you with implementation as well as development on the Odoo platform. We're going to give you training, help you be an expert at Odoo implementation, taught by the same people who implement Odoo for our own clients. Finally, we're going to give you dedicated level 2 and 3 support 24/7 to help you support your clients whenever they are in need. Next, let's talk a little bit about Odoo in the community. Juan's going to talk about Odoo on the road and some of our business shows that our partners have the opportunity to sponsor.
Of course, yeah. This is one of my favorite things of working at Odoo and like the community and the culture that we currently have, and it's Odoo on the road. Here, we like to travel once a month approximately to different cities or different places in the United States. And it's a beautiful opportunity for us as a company to increase our brand awareness, be able to penetrate different markets where we don't have that position yet. And it's a beautiful opportunity for you guys as partners to work hand in hand with the brand and be used as a technique or strategy to showcase your value proposition as a partner, what you guys are bringing to the table on top of the features that Odoo produces out of the box. And it's a beautiful and perfect time for you guys to attract different prospects and using it as a marketing tool. I've had the opportunity to travel around the United States, also a little bit around Latin America as well, and it's been an amazing opportunity to see the culture, the positive energy that Odoo brings to these events, hand in hand with our partners. And once again, beautiful opportunity for you guys to attract potential clients and new business opportunities. As I mentioned, we're going to be going to Florida at the beginning of March, Orlando and Miami. I'll be there myself, so please come say hello. I'll be more than happy to show you guys a good time and showcase some of those Odoo features and how the community truly looks like. All right. So we understand a little bit about Odoo on the road and how we like to work hand in hand with our partners, physically and presentially. Let's dive a little bit into once partners decide to truly join this partnership network, how is that whole timeline going to look like from the day that they make the decision to start till the day that they're fully trained and onboarded?
Absolutely. So if you're still here with us today, you clearly see the value in an Odoo partnership. So let's discuss what that timeline would look like and what it's like to be onboarded. First, we're going to start with membership activation. You're going to talk to a member of Juan and I's team, and we'll help you get started as an official Odoo partner. From there, we're going to be scheduling trainings and workshops to help you be prepared to implement Odoo for real life customers. After that, you'll be assigned a partner manager that will strategize with you on sales and help you grow your Odoo business. From there, you'll be posted visibly on the Odoo website, featured on our partner locator. This gets them around 3 million views every single month. So you're going to get tons of exposure directly from Odoo to potential clients who will be interested in hiring you for your implementation, customization, and development services. You're going to generate sales strategies with your partner manager. We're going to help you get prepared to pass the Odoo certification exam. Finally, you have a 6-month grace period to pass the Odoo certification exam. So from the time you get activated, we're going to help you get trained. We're going to help you with your sales strategy. We're going to post you on our website. We're going to make sure that your certification is noted on your profile on the website so that any potential client looking at you on the Odoo partner locator can know that you have been Odoo certified, you are ready, and you have the skills and knowledge to implement Odoo successfully for clients. So we're going to provide marketing to attract new customers, as well as trainings to help you be successful as an Odoo partner. Now let's see, what do those trainings look like and what exactly do we offer? So let's talk a little bit about how you and your team are going to get trained on the Odoo platform. First off, we have our e-learning platform. This is accessible on the Odoo website. We have videos on every single one of our 75 plus modules, enough information to make you an expert on any one of our products. Next up, Juan's going to tell us a little bit more about our instructor-led courses and the value that they will provide to you as a partner.
Of course, of course. Let's dive into it. All right, so next up, we have one of my favorite trainings, in my opinion, the most important training towards our partners specifically, and it's what we call our Project Leader Onboarding, or our PLO. All right, in this PLO, you and your team will be working not just with that dedicated account manager that we mentioned, that's going to help you more in the commercial side of things. But when we're talking about the PLO, we're going to dive way deeper into the functional side of things and how to implement Odoo correctly. All right. So this is a 35-hour training. Normally takes around 7 to 8 weeks, where you guys are going to be working hand on hand with a senior implementator or a senior consultant from Odoo. Just so you guys have a good idea, to give a little bit of context, this is a training that all our implementators and consultants inside of Odoo have to take before working on their first project towards an end client. So I can assure you guys that you and your team, or your team that takes this PLO training, this Project Leader Onboarding, are going to be masters at the functional level of Odoo and how to implement Odoo and offer those consulting services in an efficient manner. So without a doubt, in my eyes, is start product when we talk about functional trainings and bringing that quality of service to a higher standard. All right. Then a lot of you guys might be wondering, okay, beautiful. You guys are going to train us in the commercial side of things, the functional side of things as well. But what about us that want to develop and dive a little bit into the source code? We do have something for you guys as well. All right. So we call it our technical training. This is a pretty intense training as well, I'm not going to lie. It's around 2 weeks, so 10 total days of work, around 4 to 6 hours daily, where you and your team are going to be working with a senior developer from Odoo throughout those 2 weeks, all right? We're going to be tackling things such as creating applications from zero. What are the best practices of manipulating the Odoo Enterprise source code and that Odoo.sh platform that we mentioned? Anything that has to do with API connectors to generate integrations with different softwares. If you guys want to do that or might need to do that. So truly important. The training goes a little bit deeper in some of the technical sides of the source code, which we can give you a little bit more guidance if you guys are interested in learning more about this training. But the whole idea here is to just showcase and give you guys that tranquility that Odoo is here to help you guys throughout the whole road. And we're here to train you guys in every aspect of the commercial side of things, functional side of things, and technical side of things. All right. So don't worry. We're here to work with you guys and make sure that you guys are successful as a partner. So we're coming into an end here, guys. Lastly, I just want to thank everyone for spending this last 35 minutes here with us. Learn a little bit more about our global presence. What's the growth that we've been incurring on throughout these 5-10 years? How are we positioned and how important is the Florida market for us? As you guys can see, we're even doing business shows and we're going there next month. And what is the value proposition of Odoo without leaving behind the partnership program itself? All right. So once again, business shows March 12th. An Academy March 13th in Miami. I'll be there. Please come say hello. Come join us. Here's our contact information. JDS@odoo.com and Biro@odoo.com. This is a beautiful opportunity to join the partnership program. Opportunities are endless. We're incurring some significant growth, so don't hesitate to reach out and let's get this party started. Anything else you want to add up, Vivek?
I think you covered it, Juan. I just want to thank everyone here in attendance for spending the last 30 minutes with us, taking the opportunity to learn a little bit more about our partnership program. We would love to have you on board. Like we mentioned, Florida is an extremely important market to us as a company. It's in a quickly growing market. So all of our partners joining now are joining a team where you will have plenty of opportunity. You're going to be implementing a growing platform We represent less than 1% of the current market, and we're growing at a rate of 60% year over year consistently for the last several years. So right now is better time than ever to get onboarded as an Odoo partner. So once again, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Vivek, for your time. Have a good day, guys.
Take care.